Hello there, I'm Tom Freeman. I'm a survivor of glioblastoma. I had a surgery, I'd say about 4.5 months ago. I'd have to look at the exact date, but about 4.5 months ago. Had about 3 months off after some sick time for on disability. And now I'm doing really well. I feel like I'm 100% functional. Um, I have no pain. As you can see, the scar is healed pretty well. Most of the time, I wear a Optune therapy, which I'll get into in a later video. I'll cover that in a single video. It's a new therapy for glioblastoma, relatively new. It's now FDA approved. But I'll do a whole video on how that works and the benefits, the drawbacks, etc. And yeah, this channel is just my attempt to kind of cover a positive aspect of surviving this type of cancer, which is, the doctors will tell you right away, um, you know, you have, within a half a year to 3 years to live. It's a very bad outlook. There are people that live 20 years, or have not had any issues after their initial glioblastoma um, treatments, but most people do. I mean, within like 95% of people have more issues. And when I was first diagnosed, I was just having headaches. Um, and I didn't know what to make of it. I never get headaches, and I was working from home during COVID, just like everyone else. I work at a tech company on audio, and my hobby is also audio. This is my studio, and so I was just having headaches. At first, it was just at night, and then they started happening in the mornings, and it got to the point where I had to go to the doctor, which I was kind of worried about already because of COVID. But it was so distracting from my job that I decided to go, and I got a not an MRI, but okay, I had to do an edit there because I forgot what it was called. It's a CT scan. I had a CT scan done before my MRI. And this was after some standard urine and blood tests. They didn't find anything wrong with me. And then they did a CT scan, and it felt like it was pretty routine. I went to the hospital down where I have insurance, Kaiser, and got the got the CT scan. I've had them before, so it's pretty standard. And then I was in the waiting area as a hallway, and it took a really long time. So that was kind of that felt odd. And they basically a doctor came out and marched me over to the emergencies area, emergency room, and said there's going to be you need to be scheduled to be have someone talk to you about what we found. So didn't explain anything else. So I was waiting there anxiously for about 30 minutes. And then finally I went in and they said they found a mass in my head. It was actually pushing the median lobe, the median area over to the side. That's what's causing my headaches. Um, and they didn't know exactly what to do, but they had to do an MRI from there. Um, and then soon I found out after that I would need surgery right away, within about a week of the MRI. I think it was quite a shock. Immediately realizing got to talk to my job, go on disability, um, plan for anything that could happen. I didn't know anything about this before, and suddenly I'm going to be going under the knife. I've never had a major surgery, and this was brain surgery. So I was in a little bit of shock, but also I was just kind of dealing with it one day at a time. There's not much you can do, so I immediately started taking time off work, and just kind of getting ready. I was doing some research, and I didn't know what to expect. So anyway, this initial episode, this is the first video I'm doing. I'm just going to explain the basics, and then I'll use other episodes to explain other aspects of this. This is partially to send out to other people that are diagnosed with glioblastoma, because I've had a fairly positive response. It's usually not good. A lot of people die within the first year. It's just not a good outlook for people. But also, when I first was diagnosed with this, I went online. I was trying to figure out what was going on, and I didn't see a lot of positive reports. I barely saw any. Even not like people saying that they've lived 20 years, lived 30 years, whatever, but just not even people just saying that they were doing okay afterwards. So this is me, like I said, about 4.5, 5 months later from surgery. I'm doing really well. I have, like I said, no pain. I have my job back. I'm back after disability to doing my pretty complicated tech job in audio. I'll keep the tech company, private, just so they don't, get involved in my video, world here. But yeah, I'm doing great. I'm back to making music. I lost nearly 50 pounds now. I had part of another video I'll do on glioblastoma and brain cancer in general is the need for a diet, or at least there's a lot of evidence that diets can play a good contributing role in recovery and keeping brain tumors from reforming, because they feed off sugar. So I was first doing a very restrictive keto diet. I'm a little less restrictive now, but I plan on going more restrictive now after the holidays. It's July, is it July 1st? It's July 2nd, I believe, today. And yeah, so soon enough, I'll be back on a very restrictive keto diet, which is supposed to, ketones created during keto diet or intermittent fasting, it's supposed to be able to starve the tumor. I'll go into this in a later video, but there's a lot of evidence, especially in animal studies, that show that a very restrictive keto diet can work really well at fighting brain tumors. That plus my Optune therapy, which I said I'd explain later, are two things that I'm doing that I think really help. And there's a lot of positive evidence for both of those. In addition to, I'm still doing chemotherapy, which for glioblastoma is a pill usually. I'm taking the standard one, chemo. I'll add in a video. I'll do a video on the chemotherapy in the future, but chemo is a shorthand name for the main drug used for chemotherapy for brain cancer, for at least for glioblastoma, and it actually matches up really well with my genetic profile. So I have a really good feeling that it's going to work well for me. I've already been taking it for months now. On off, it's a cycle. And I went through radiation therapy for 6 weeks too. That was, I'll have another video on that. That was an interesting experience. It wasn't too bad. It makes you tired, but I didn't get nauseous. It was a very fast appointment. Luckily, I'm also very near the appointment center, so that was a gift. That was very nice that it wasn't too far away, and I was able to get through it pretty easily. And yeah, and just in general, I wanted to put this out there for people that might see this that have either just been diagnosed or are going through it, that there are some positive stories. I'll go into some of the weird issues and little things to maybe note that'll help you, if if you are diagnosed and about to go through what I've gone through. There was nothing like this that I could find when I was first diagnosed. And just looking on YouTube, it was hard to find a lot that was positive. There was some good stories of people that have done really well, either with a diet, but there and also there was some research that's really great, some TED talks that were good, but I wasn't really getting fully what I was looking for, which is just some positivity and some good, some success stories. And so who knows what's going to happen in the long run for me. For now, I'm doing wonderful. I feel great. I go on long walks. I get exercise in on an exercise bike, and I just feel healthy. My brain's fully functional, at least as much as it's ever been. And I'm feeling good. I don't know what the future holds. No one does. But for now, I mean, I just wanted to share that you can have life after diagnosis and have a very positive experience. So I'm an amateur at all this YouTube stuff. I've never had a YouTube channel when I've talked into a camera. I'm pretty shy about that kind of stuff anyway. But I felt like this would be a cool thing to do. And I just wanted to share this with everyone. Also, for just anyone dealing with any type of difficulty, I thought this might be a good story. And so I know, like, usually kind of people, there's not a lot of people searching for brain cancer videos. The views are usually pretty low. But at least I hope I get to people that are looking for this type of content. And also I hope maybe to reach a wider audience with just a story of positivity in the face of some extreme adversity. And just share that with people. And I'll keep this video short. That's about all I have for now. But I'm going to start talking about the whole process, how it went, kind of what people can expect that are going through this, and then also different aspects of treatment and what's good, what's bad, what are my opinions, and where to look for more info. So yeah, that's it. This is the first video. I hope you enjoyed it, and come back and subscribe, and leave me a comment or whatever. Thank you.